What is going on, you guys? Ultimate Collector Toad here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another Chucky Season 2 videos. Guys, today I'm going to be breaking down Chucky Season 2 Episode 6. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. So before I start breaking down this episode, I just want to say I overall enjoyed this episode. I thought it was great. I thought it was really cool. Except I do think I enjoyed Episode 4 and Episode 5 more than Episode 6. More because I felt like there's more comedy in Episode 6, and it took me away from really cool scenes that they were setting up. So, other than that, I thought this episode was really cool. Like, this show so far, again, it's just so comedy, it's not straight horror Chucky like Curse of Chucky or Chucky Season 1 at least. Yeah, Season 1 had its funny moments, but it was still serious. But Season 2, it's all over the place. There are a lot of plot holes. Season 2 breaks all the rules. Like, I don't think they're going with the only way to kill Chucky is kill him through the heart. I don't think they're going by that again, because Chucky died in some ways without, dying through the heart. So it just doesn't make any sense. There are so many plot holes. It's comedy. It's so funny. I can't take it seriously. So, it's just, I'm kind of disappointed in these kind of stuff. But other than that, there are really cool scenes, really emotional and heartbreaking scenes. But yeah, I overall enjoyed it. Like, I think it's good because, at the end of the day, it is Chucky and I will forever support it. But, I just wish it was, just like the first 3 Chucky movies or Curse of Chucky. Like, I always, say that in my breakdowns is because, it's kind of bothering me, and you guys may agree or disagree, but this series is so campy, it's so comedy, and for a horror TV series, this is not how it should be. Like, I don't mind some funny parts here and there, but they are kind of overdoing it, and I just can't take Chucky seriously. But without further ado, let's finally break down this episode. So we start off by how, Andy was kidnapped and how was he, ended up in the cabin for 1 whole year. So when Andy sacrificed himself and the van exploded, it actually exploded the Chucky dolls. So a lot of the Chucky dolls died, from the car explosion just like that, But Bald Chucky, who is the colonel, decided to keep Andy in a cabin, and guess what? This is so horrifying, so disgusting, so disturbing. He kept Andy alive for 1 year to torture him, but to also eat him alive. Like, for real, Chucky is now a cannibal. He's been eating Yum Andy's leg for 1 whole year, and it's really disturbing. I was really shook when I found out about this part, because it's really weird. We never seen this before. And I kind of feared Bald Chucky there, I kind of feared him. However, along the episode, I started to fear him less and less. And at the end, I just don't fear him at all because of the comedy. But at the start, they were really setting up something there. I thought Bald Chucky was supposed to be, strong, like so powerful. But no, he's actually really weak, or as far as we know. But I am so happy that Andy is alive and well, although, his leg is missing some chunks of it, but he still can walk. He's alive and well. I just think by time he'll heal and he'll be much better, maybe shave. Like, his look in this series is so interesting. He has the long beard and long hair, and that is supposed to, he's supposed to look like Jesus, because Season 2 is religious themed, and he's supposed to look like Jesus, and he kind of does. Like, it's gonna take me a while for me to use of Andy's new look. Like, I was, I liked him in Season 1 where he had the suit. Like, that's how I envision Andy now. But this one, it's really funny, but I think it's cool, and it also makes sense because it's been 1 whole year, and like, who has time for him to shave his beard and cut his hair where Chucky's running around the building? So I think that makes sense. So, but hopefully we see him, clean shave maybe in the series. That would be cool. But other than that, I'm just so happy that Andy's alive, because if he if he died, I'm gonna lose it. I would have lost it, and I really hope he doesn't die or I'll lose it. Same thing that goes to Kyle. And now we finally know what's up with Dr. Mixter. Now Dr. Mixter, turns out it was Charles Lee Ray's therapist. And another plot twist that we find out is Dr. Mixter was responsible for Chucky's to be evil in the first place. Since Dr. Mixter was Chucky's therapist, she saw innocence in him and decided to take that away and make him completely evil. So the reason why Chucky is evil is because of Dr. Mixter, and I don't really like that at all. There is literally no need for Dr. Mixter in this, you know. It came out of nowhere. I do kind of like it, but I just think it's a little too much, you know, making, you know, the reason why Chucky is evil is because of Dr. Mixter. So the real person we should fear here is Dr. Mixter, because if she can do that to Chucky, she can do that to other kids and they can turn like him. So I don't know what's going on here. But Devin and Lexi save Andy, thank goodness, and they bring him to the church and say that he's homeless for him to take, you know, for the nun to take care of him. And I'm just so happy. And I really like, although Andy is, you know, kind of weak right now because, you know, he's been a year, he's been kept hostage, and, you know, Chucky's been eating his leg. I still like how he still got it and still prepared for Chucky. And at the start, I thought maybe Andy was brainwashed, like, you know, how we got, you know, for now, as we all know, brainwashed the good Chucky. I thought we were gonna get brainwashed Andy, but I'm just so happy we did not get brainwashed Andy. Then we cut to Sister Ruth, who thinks Chucky is God. Now, I really like this scene. I think it's hilarious. You know, I don't mind, you know, this kind of stuff, but just don't overdo it. But this scene was hilarious. Her washing his little feet, his little tiny cute feet, and when she takes, you know, his shoes off, it makes that squeaky sound. I think that was so cute. And just how Chucky tells Tiffany way back when he first met her to be blonde, he also tells Ruth to be blonde. So because, you know, Ruth thinks, you know, Chucky is God, maybe she can actually take his word for it and, you know, turn blonde. So that would be really interesting. Another terrible things that happen in this episode, like in the story wise, not content wise, is Father Bruce decides to put Incarnate on a lockdown. Like now Incarnate is in a lockdown with the Chucky dolls inside. So that is so terrifying. And then we cut to the gang where we see Glenda waking up having another bad dream, and we see that Glenn has texted them a picture of the Glenn doll, telling them about is their, you know, mother's birthday gift. Now I don't like how Glenn is showing, you know, the Glenn doll in a message text, not in person. I would have loved it if it was a person. There isn't that much reaction with Glenda, maybe because, you know, Glenda wasn't really out for much in Seed of Chucky where Glenn was, so Glenn may have heart with the doll where Glenda not really, because we only saw them, you know, near the end of Seed of Chucky. But then we cut to Kyle, which we know now that the prime Chucky, the OG Chucky, is in Nika. Now we all know that the original Chucky, you know, is Stitch Chucky that was in Cult of Chucky, you know, the missing head, which does get killed by Kyle, and that is the same doll from Child's Play 3. That is the original Chucky, but this Chucky, you know, in Cult of Chucky, split his soul into one of the dolls, and that cult doll, you know, transfers his soul, well, split his soul into Nika. So that is still, you know, the OG Chucky, if you know what I'm trying to say. But all we know now is the OG Chucky is in Nika, and I really like that. I mean, if you think about it, practically is, you know, one of the OGs, I would say, one of the OG Chucky, since that soul was split from the Stitch Chucky, which that's the OG Chucky that is no longer around. But I think that's really cool. And then we know that Kyle did lose an ear in the explosion. You know, that was really freaky, but I'm just glad she's not dead. And now we know that Jennifer Tilly is being hunted down by the police because of all the murderers, and I'm very excited to see what happens from now on. And I'm just so sad that there wasn't any Jennifer Tilly in this episode, or any of the Tiffany doll. Like, we've seen them a lot in episode 4 and episode 5, But why not in episode 6, you know? I was kind of disappointed, but I really hope I see them in the next episodes, because there is 2 more episodes left, you guys. Then we cut to Kyle and Chucky, Chucknika and Glenda driving, which I think they're driving to College Lord to finally take Chucky's soul out of Nika. And that is kind of like, it gives me a flashback of Child's Platoon when Kyle was driving Chucky to Andy. So I thought that was really cool. Now this is another thing that I really don't like about this series, is Chucky killing himself. Like Chucky, the multiple Chuckies should have one mind, you know, like they think the same, they know the same, they have, you know, one destination to follow, if you know what I'm trying to say. They have one goal, but not to kill each other. They're killing themselves. So Chucky is killing himself and losing on purpose. Now that is something I don't like at all. You know, is, you know, them killing themselves. There should be one. You know, bold Chucky decides to poison buff Chucky, and again, it doesn't make sense because he's supposed to die through the heart. So not only they break all the rules in season 2, and not only there's comedy and it's not serious, but Chucky killing each other is a little too far for me. And then we cut to, he's supposed to fear bold Chucky. He's supposed to be, you know, the one who's supposed to finish the kids and, you know, finish it all. He just gets a scissors to the head and dies. Again, it's not through the heart, so I have no idea how he's dead. Unless maybe they're not, which we'll find out in the next episode, but I'm pretty sure they are. And I just like it how, although Andy's weak, but he still got it, you know, like don't fuck with Andy. But again, with the whole, you know, Chucky saying the horror over and over again in comedy, I just don't like it. Like I feared bold Chucky at the start, but at the end, I just don't fear him at all. And I knew from the start that good Chucky is definitely not good at all, because how can someone be brainwashed by watching TV commercials and stuff? And I thought that was really stupid, but they fixed it, because good Chucky isn't actually good. He was actually faking it this entire time, and you can actually started to notice that when Chucky, you know, kills the fly. But that brings me to the last and final thing of this episode, where Chucky kills Nadine. Yes guys, Chucky kills Nadine. That was so emotional. That was so heartbroken, you know. Like, I'm just so sad that they killed Nadine. She was so sweet, so innocent, and just like that they kill her, and she was new, so they introduce her and they kill her. I'm just so sad, you know. So good Chucky is supposed to be the last alive Chucky. And by the way, I also really like that scene where Chucky has a little fight with Dr. Mixter. Again, Andy is still alive, so that's really cool. I can't wait to see him in the next episode. But if you're wondering how Dr. Mixter, you know, beat Andy, she's an old woman, and how did she beat Andy? You know, you gotta keep in mind, Andy's been kept in a hostage for 1 year, and he has a weak leg. He's been chewed up, so you just gotta, you know, deal with it, because it makes sense. You know, he should be not able to be that strong. You know, he's supposed to have his downs and ups. But again, that is it for my Chucky season 2 episode 6 breakdown. I'm just so sad that they killed Nadine off. Overall, I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was great. But yeah guys, leave me your thoughts down below. What do you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What you liked about it? What did you not like about it? I'm so excited for the next episode, where we are supposed to get an exorcism of Chucky, where they perform an exorcism of Chucky, which is, again, it's a Exorcist inspired episode. I'm pretty sure there are only 2 episodes left. So far, I think this series has been okay. So far I enjoy season 1 more than season 2, but that could change for the last episode. The last episode could, you know, flip everything, and I'll be like, oh, I love this. But we'll see. But I'm just so excited. So leave me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget guys, tip and collecting. Bye.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.